that? Oh, snap. We out here.
Out here, we're everywhere.
From Los Angeles to Nairobi and Sao Paulo to London. Showing out and doing us no matter where we are. Doesn't matter if we're clowning, slaying these goddess braids, speaking facts, breaking bread, dropping hits, or rocking fits. The joy comes through in everything we do. It's that better save me a plate, that perfect contour, getting your money right, making magic in the studio, or just cracking up. Whew, I love us. Happiness and joy show up in all kinds of ways around the world. But black joy, there ain't no other joy like it.
Thick, sweet, sick, sir, sir, sir. I just wanna get low, whoa, go.
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoyWay. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And man, I just finished eating dinner. You already know the chicken wings, fried rice with the hot sauce, ketchup, hot sauce, pepper, you know the good stuff. But so excuse me if I got something in my teeth or something like that. Just wanted to join on time. You know I'm always on time. I was watching this video from a channel that I'm subscribed to. It's called Minority Mindset, and I believe that if you're not subscribed to it, you should definitely subscribe to Minority Mindset. And they were discussing about fake rich. I'm going to play the video also, but I just wanted to go into how I developed this topic because it's been a point where I don't know how long this has been going on. I mean, I don't want to say ever since hip hop because I'm sure before hip hop it was still going on. Maybe when they had like in the 70s and the 60s, but there's come to a point where more black people, and I say black people because I don't see them. Maybe I'm not focused on it, but I don't see any other race of any other ethnicity of people on TV with personifying the fact that they're rich and maybe not being truly understanding what rich and wealth is. So I basically came up with this topic, and I'm going to play this video for you guys so you guys can listen to it, and we'll do some commentary. So fair use, and let's play the video. Okay, let's get out of this one, and let's play this one.
Live in a society where it is completely normal for people to go out and finance their lifestyle. You're financing your car, you're financing your clothes, you're financing your shoes because that's normal and you want to fit in with everybody else and look cool. And so now you're spending the rest of your life making everybody else rich and your bank rich while leaving nothing for you. You look rich, but you're actually just fake rich. But you don't think like the majority of people. I mean, that is why you're here at the Minority Mindset. And in this video, I'm going to be going over 7 signs that you are fake rich. So you can send this video to your fake rich friend. The first sign you're fake rich is you are paying $500 a month for your brand new car, but you don't got $500 put aside for your investments. The average person with a new car is paying more than $530 a month every single month to drive their brand new car. That doesn't include your gas or your insurance or your car maintenance. That's $530 a month just to drive your car. Now, this wouldn't be as big of a deal if people were actually putting some money away towards their investments. Right now, you have 41% of Americans putting away less than 5% of their income towards their retirement or their investments.
All right, so I want to stop it there for a minute. I want to let it play some more, but I want to stop it there for a minute. Me personally, as much as I would like, I used to have a 2016 Honda Accord, but it was paid off. As much as I would like to get a Jeep, because I really wanted a Jeep, I understand that as a wealth builder, it is more important that I don't have a car note. I understand that because a car note, first of all, he says $500 is around the average, right? But we're not talking about adding on full coverage or adding on, paying gas and all that stuff. So you're going to estimate somewhere about maybe $750 a month if you have a decent car. We're talking about a car that's just $30,000 or up. We're not talking about a Mercedes. We're not talking about a Lexus. We're not talking about any of the fancy cars. We're just talking about a small car. I mean, something 30,000 or up. You're talking about $700 a month with all everything included. But there are people out there who want to be seen, and this is where we get into the black rich aspect of things. Black rich is when people want other people to look and see, oh my God, he got a new car. He got the big chain. He got the big diamond rings. He got the boat. He got the mansion. This is all black rich, because when we get to the wealth part, you see that these are just liabilities. And when we break down exactly what liabilities and assets is and the new definition of liabilities and assets, you'll get to know it more. But I just wanted to touch on this part. And also, let me shout out people in the room already. Marcus Markey, what's going on, man? Ozzy, what's going on? Money Talk Mondays, you already know. Marcelo, what's going on? Fake it till you make it, man. You got to see that post I had about that. Global Paper, Models and Bottles, and I got more money than time. All right, so we're going to play a little bit more of, like I said, if you guys are not subscribed to Minority Mindset, I'm telling you, it is a very good channel to be subscribed to for finance.
And you have almost 7 out of 10 Americans putting away less than 10% of their income towards their investments. Yet so many people are paying $530 every single month just to drive their car. Let's do the math. Let's say you want to buy this $35,000 car right here, and you put a little bit of money down. That way you can make your monthly payments to be $530 a month. Well, after assume that you take this $530 every gonna grow. They look rich for 30 years, but here you're at liabilities. If you have these assets that are paying you every month with your rental income or every quarter,
we're gonna get into asset versus liabilities here.
Income coming in, and you can use your asset income to pay for your liability costs. If you do that, now you're financially free. Famous people or celebrities that they say they know, even though they might have only just been in a room with them one time. These are also the same people that need to take pictures of how much money they're making so they can post it on Instagram, or they're taking pictures of their dad's bank account and saying it's theirs so they can put it on Snapchat, or they're posting pictures of them holding a stack of cash on Instagram. If you want to know a little secret, wealthy people don't need to show off. They don't need to boast about how successful they are or how much money they're making, because they're confident. They know they're successful. They know they're making money. They know they have assets. And they don't need to tell the world about it because they know that they're doing it. People who are actually
wealthy. So we're going to stop it there. We're going to stop it there, everybody. Well, all right. So I also wanted to bring up some charts for everybody. Like I said, I wanted to bring up some charts for everybody. The generational, the wealth gap between Black, Latinos, Hispanics, and Asians in the United States. This chart shows basically what homeownership ratio based on your ethnicity. Blacks, the median home equity is almost $60,000. Latinos, same thing. Whites and Asians, both over 100, or at least almost 100,000 and up. This is because we have Black rich, and we have Black wealth, and 90% of the people who are on these TV shows, on these celebrities, these basketball players, are Black rich because they don't have a financial education and they don't understand how to accumulate and keep wealth. The other thing I wanted to show before we get to conversing more into detail is just the income level, the Black median wealth, the household gap. As you can see, Black and Latino still at the bottom, whites up here, because the education, the financial education is what makes this gap this way. And because the schools never teach it, that part never changed. I just wanted to show all that, and then we can get into more about the celebrity difference and everything like that. All right, so let me see who else came in the room. What's going on, Words of Weapons? The Global Paper says I drive a Nissan Versa. That's dope. I'm gonna bring it to why that matters. I used to be the master of saving, and then I got into investing. That's the best way to do it. Like me personally, I just checked my Cash App, right? And just with me and the stocks that I've bought on my Cash App, I've made 8.5% off of my investment. That's more than what the bank would have had me if I just put the money in the bank. So it's good that you switch from saving to investing, because a lot of us black people, we was always taught by our mothers, our fathers, by our grandparents. Oh, a lot of us were just taught, you gotta save. But in a world where interest levels, inflation is flying crazy, and meaning your dollar is going to be worth less, saving is not going to cut it. All you're going to end up doing is losing money. But so it's good that you switch from saving to investing. I also want to go into, lost a lot of it in crypto. Crypto's bouncing right now, but I have enough in it that if I lose it, I feel comfortable with it. I'm only 5% in, but I don't think I'm going to lose it. Another thing that our parents used to say is that money doesn't buy happiness. Now, the way they worked around that is say, well, just because you got money, you doesn't mean you're happy. But let me break this down, and I see somebody else break it down this way, and it makes sense. Money doesn't buy you happiness. However, money buys you freedom. Freedom gives you the time to find out what makes you happy. Let me repeat that again for those that just walked in. Money doesn't buy you happiness, but money buys you freedom. Freedom gives you the time to figure out what makes you happy. And that's what they didn't tell it. Like our parents or grandparents and ancestors never really grabbed the concept. But I think us millennials are starting to understand and starting to preach this, because once you understand the more money you have to pay to somebody else, the less freedom you have, then you'll start to think of money of a different way. Like me personally, everybody knows I drive trucks, I work for FedEx. I watch people who are older than me at FedEx like milk the clock, work hard, and work super hard and try to slow down so they can grab as many packages as they can to deliver, or pickups they can to deliver, so they can stretch out the time that they're at the company rather than just working fast and getting home to their family. And in my mind, I'm like, dang, people are really willing to give up their freedom for, what the average investor or average person who has wealth would consider chump change. And it's crazy because that's the mentality we have. And it's not, that part is not just black people. There's black people, there's white people, Hispanic people, there's Asian people, all the same way. But when I say us, I mean millennials. For millennials and under, and maybe even a generation above us, because they had rap artists and they had celebrities who went on TV like Slick Rick and Rakim, who had the big chain and they had the name brand clothes and all that stuff. It's cool if you can afford it, but what us black people are accustomed to thinking that we can afford is what we can actually pay for, not what even if we got to use a credit card. If I got a credit card I can use, I can afford it. That's wrong. Now we break down the asset versus the liabilities, and here it goes. There in life, what makes you wealthy, the difference between black rich and wealthy is that when you're rich, you have a lot of money. When you're wealthy, you have a lot of assets, and your assets overtake your liabilities. Now, we'll break down what asset and liabilities is, but rich people don't always have wealth, because sometimes people have a lot of money, but they have a lot more liabilities. Now, an asset in a financial, it's two different ways to describe this. There's a financial aspect, and this is what a lot of other financial people, and I'm not your financial guru or nothing like that, just an average person. This is what a lot of financial people don't tell you. This is what the schools don't teach you, and this is what you have to go and realize this before you learn it. There's assets and there's liabilities. However, they fall into two categories: mental and financial. Everyone is accustomed to the financial assets. Everyone is accustomed to whether or not something is an asset based on if it makes you money or if it takes away money, because that's the standard definition. An asset is something that makes you money. A liability is something that takes you money. But we have to add in the mental aspect of it too. A mental asset is something that increases your happiness. A mental liability is something that decreases your happiness. Let me explain to you guys. Let's say you have a job that you hate. You hate your job, but it makes you a lot of money. Well, that job could be, maybe that job is a bad example. So let's say you have a house. You have an income producing house. You have a duplex. It's a better example. You have a duplex that's making you money. Now, it makes you a lot of money, and so it's an asset financially. However, the tenants may be the wildest, craziest college kids or the wildest, craziest thugs that you ever come across. So that mentally, it's a liability. That will never work out because your mental is going to always overpower the ability to see how much money you're making. So whether or not this house is making you $5, $6, $7, $1,000 a month, if that mental liability of these tenants that you have acting up, doing stuff, always calling you over to fix something, always saying something broke that they broke and asking you to do it, always saying you need to goose, that mental liability will cause you to say, F it, sell it, I don't want it. And that's what they don't break it down to you in these financial terms, that liabilities and assets can be both mental and financial. Let me get back to some of your comments. Which I'm trying to do at the same time. Let's see. We got that one. The black community cares too much about superficial stuff. I gotta take the curse word down. But here's the thing. A lot of people say this and they get mad at the black community. I can understand it, but at the same token, if you think of history, we've always been led to believe that this is the stuff that we should get. Think about it. If you're a 5-year-old kid, right? You're growing up, and your whole life, all they're putting on TV is these people that spend their money recklessly that look like you. They're putting the rappers on there. They're putting with all the rings on. They're putting the basketball players with all the cars. They're putting all the sports players with all the cars. They're putting all the celebrities who got on all the nice Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all the stuff that you can't you can buy it, but you really can't afford it. And this is a cycle. It's called behavior. A behavioral cycle is not something that you can really control. And that's what a lot of people don't understand for black people, that it's not that we just don't want to, it's just that it's ingrained in who you are because it was how you were raised. So I mean, there is a point where you have to be able to choose, but I feel as though a lot of people who get frustrated because black people, and I say this before, I said it before, due to the 300 plus years of miseducation in schools for black people, and due to the behavioralness for the black people during the United States, I can only say in the United States because I live here, but I'm almost certain it's the same in Colombia. I'm almost certain it's the same in Brazil and places of black people who were slaves that came off those same slave ships back in the day. It's due to all that, it's going to be hard for 85%, and that's how high I'm saying, 85% of black people will never, I won't say never, my fault. 85% of black people in the United States most likely won't ever understand financial education. They won't ever become truly free and be able to move around. But there is 15% that will. There is 15% that will. You would never see me with a chain. No, here's the thing, Ozzy. It's good that you feel that way about not having a chain and jewelry and stuff. Me personally, I'm not big on it. But there was one point when I was younger when I was fighting with the feeling of wanting a chain. And then I went in the store and they told me it was $2,000. And back then, $2,000 was a lot of money. And I'm like, dang, do I really want to spend $2,000 on a chain? Or would I rather just put the money and go travel? And that's what saved that. The traveling is what saved me from being black rich. Because a lot of my friends, they're kind of black rich. You'll see them with the newest Nikes. You'll see them with the brand new car. You'll see them with the jewelry, and that's who they are on the outside. But it hurts sometimes because I understand that every piece, every liability that you have, a chain can be a chain is an asset, right? Because it's if it's gold, you can sell it. If it's physical gold, you can sell that. But it's also a liability because if somebody grabs your chain, you just lost $30,000. If somebody comes to you with a gun and grabs your chain, you just lost $30,000 in a matter of 5 minutes. That's not the same that for people who invest in stocks, who buy real estate. Once again, the difference between black wealth and black rich. Black wealth would never risk $30,000 being gone in less than 5 minutes. Black rich, they risk that. Big earrings, big things. And then, oh no, I'm okay. I'm packing gear, but it's the artist surprise is different, man. You know how many artists have, and I don't want to just specifically put it on artists, but they're the ones who stick out the most. But you know how many artists are dead now because they thought, oh, if somebody try to rob my chain, I'm good. I'm carrying. So is everybody else. So yes, it's a tough thing. Like in the screenshot, you see I have Little Baby and Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson is the person who used to own own and operate BET. And even though he had a small chain underneath tucked in, people, once you get money, you don't really feel as though you gotta floss it. You know what I mean? Let me see. Crypto is the ledger of the future. I would never put everything in one basket, but I'm investing in crypto. Having a diverse portfolio is a key. Savings account, IRA, investments, emergency fund money. Yes, and that's what I try to tell people, man. I try to tell people life is about balance. It's about whether or not you balance the things that you got going on. And balance equates to everything. The way you diversify your portfolio, the way you live your life with partying and responsibilities and travel and learning stuff and financial education. It's all about balance. But on YouTube and other places, people go to the extremes because that's what people want to hear. You know, people say, oh, rather than saying that there are some good women out there are some bad women out there, there'll be a lot of YouTube creators that go out there and say, all these women ain't worth nothing in the United States. You need to get out of the United States and travel and go other places. And it's like, that's extreme. That's extreme. They'll go, oh, put all your money into crypto. Put all your money into housing. It's going to be a housing crash. Don't put no money into housing. Don't ever buy nothing right now. This is extremes, and this is what destroys black mentality of obtaining money and stuff, man. It's tough out there, man. It's tough. Let me see. Money may not buy happiness, but it's good down payment. I heard that statement before. Marky Mark said, "Not putting my money under the mattress anymore." Listen, and that's the thing. Like I said, this is all stuff that we learned from our parents and our ancestors. Like, I know this guy, right? I know this guy that was older than me, and he lived in a building. He lived in a building. He had like $10,000 under his mattress, right? He had like $10,000 under his mattress. The building caught on fire. He lost all his money. This is why we can't go by what our parents and grandparents and ancestors went through. We have to create a whole new thing, because otherwise our kids will not learn from the mistakes of our parents. So yeah, man, I wouldn't put any more money. No, I would still put a little bit of money up, maybe like, $50, $100, just some pocket change. But yeah, nothing more than that, not at all. Definitely, man, appreciate it, neck of the woods. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to show the whole thing, because like, there's not a lot of content creators out there that's willing to tell you stuff that you might not want to hear. You might want to see all of the women. You might want to see all of the trips, but you might want to see the travels. But you need to know this, because right now it's the biggest wealth change you'll ever see in history. Almost caught me. The pandemic will go down in history as the biggest wealth change that ever happened. Now, if you didn't get some of that money because you've been too focused on traveling, you didn't get some of that money because you've been too focused on women, you didn't get none of this money because you didn't really want to enhance your thought process, then that's on y'all. But I'm just trying to, for the people that are, I'm just trying to help you guys understand. And we're talking about black wealth and black rich, but I also want to give people a solution, because I'm not one of them channels that's just going to say, oh, this is what the rappers do, and this is what the wealthy do, and then I give you a solution. It only takes. Let me shout. Dog, that's what's going on, man. It's not one. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. And yes, 10K he had lost 10K like that, and he can insurance for it. He ended up getting some money from the owner, but that was it. It wasn't no 10K. Because the owner had insurance for the building, but it wasn't no 10K. What was I gonna say? Damn, I kind of forgot. Let me go back. Okay, yeah, okay. What I want to do now is, because we're gonna probably end this live a little shorter, more than an hour. I'm gonna put the link in the room now to see if anybody wants to join the link. I'm gonna join the room and talk about anything like this. But I'm also gonna let me see. I'm also going to let me see. Here we go. I'm also going to give you a 10-year plan. A 10-year plan, because like I said, everything is about having a solution. A 10-year plan. And we're going to walk through this. So if it takes a little bit longer, the chat is in the room, leave my phone. Because we're going to go through a 10-year plan, and we're going to do this right now, of how you can get out the rat race, how you can start your process towards black wealth and get out of the mentality of black rich. The first thing you have to do, the first and most important thing you have to do is pay off all your credit cards. If you have any credit cards that have more than 6% interest that's charging you, which is most of them are, you need to pay that off first. Because without paying that, you will always be in a rut. Because you can't, it's not wise. I never say you can't. It's not wise to invest to try to make 10, 8, 7% if you're paying 25% on the credit card, if you're paying 18% on the credit card. So the first step you want to do in your 10-year plan to financial freedom is pay off your credit card. The second thing you want to do is pay off let's say the first step is any credit cards or any high interest debt over 6%. Any high interest debt over 6% is the first thing you want to do, pay off. The second thing you want to do is you want to try to save and then invest, save first and then invest $500 a month. And I'm going to break down to you why $500 a month, which is only a little, what's that, a 125? And as most of us are older, so most of us make enough to save $500 a month if we don't have this, if we pay off our credit card bills. The next thing you want to do is save $500 a month. The reason why you want to save $500 a month is because $500 a month times 12 months is $6,000. Follow me here. So let's say you have $6,000 after the first year. So it was 2021. So October 2022, you have $6,000. And we're going to walk you through this. When and that's not even including if you're going to overdo it because most of us get tax returns where we get money from our taxes. We're not even including that tax return money. We're just saying saving $500 a month. The next thing you want to do is you want to save that for 10 years. Now, and this is how we make it fun, because I don't want to make you feel like you're not living your life or nothing like that. You want to save the $6,000 and when I say save it, I don't mean put it in the bank. I mean put it in a mutual fund, an ETF, or put it in your I wouldn't say put it in your 401k because you're gonna be using all the money. Or put it in stocks that you've seen over time work, right? First thing you do, $6,000. So October 2021 to October 2022, you have $6,000, right? You do that for 10 years. You now have $60,000. You take this $60,000, right? And I said this before. I don't know if everybody was here before, but you have two options. You go and purchase a property out of the country. If you're comfortable with travel, you purchase a property somewhere that's secure out of the country. I know Barranquilla is okay. I know Mexico's okay. I know I don't want to say Brazil. Costa Rica's okay, but Costa Rica's a little more expensive. So let's say, like I said, I go to Barranquilla. For $60,000, I can get a 1-bedroom in the north of Barranquilla, which is the best part. Best part, safest part. Don't have to worry about getting robbed when you walk outside. Yes, there's a Spanish different or you just do Mexico, because in Mexico you can speak English. Playa del Carmen, $60,000, you get a condo. You can go that route, or you can take that $60,000 and get a duplex. Now this is after 10 years, so now it's 2031. It's 2031, right? And everybody says, oh, 10 years is so long, but it's really not. 10 years goes like this. It goes like this. So let's say you saved $60,000, but you put it in the stocks, and let's say you made not only say 8%. Let's just say you made 6% off of the $60,000 while it was sitting in the stocks, right? $60,000 times 0.06%. So now you have $63,000, $63,600. So let's say $6,400. You got $64,000, right? This is $64,000. You want to get a duplex. Let me tell you why you want to get a duplex. The reason why you want to get a duplex, and this is going to help you become black wealthy instead of black rich. You don't want to get any car notes in this whole thing. If you got to buy a car, take it out of the money you save, and don't put it on credit cards. Take it out of the money you save. Go buy a $4,000 or $5,000 car if you need a car. That's just telling people within that 10 years, because that's a chance that might happen. Take that $4,000 or $5,000 and go buy a car that you can pay out all cash. That way, at least you'll still have $55,000. So you take the $55,000, you take the $60,000, and you only need $25,000 to really buy a house and close on it that's worth anything less than $300,000. And in 10 years, houses might still be around $300,000. So you take half of the money, which is, let's say 60, you take 30,000, you go buy the duplex, you got you take some money, you fix it up so you can live in one floor and rent the other floor, so you're saving money. And if you're not good at renting and you're not good at being a landlord, that doesn't matter. Have you ever had a roommate? It's the exact same thing, except for you have the control. So after the 10 years, 2021 until 2031, you go buy that duplex. Now you have $30,000. You have a duplex that you're only paying, let's say, $500 for, because the other tenant is paying the rest. And now you want to try to get another tenant to live in the house, live in the duplex that you live in, and you're going to try to move in the basement. Once you move in the basement, you have two incomes. That's going to bring you some money in. You still got that $30,000, and you got a house that you can live in for free. You're financially free in 10 years. Let's say 11 years, because it's going to take a year to find a house. So in 11 years, you're financially free. So you could be, if you're watching this right here, you're watching this now, you're watching this in the future, you could be financially free by October 2032. And that's only 11 years away. That's simple. That's simple. So if anybody got any questions, let me know. I put the StreamYard in the room. Tomorrow, I'm dropping a video. It's like a drone video, kind of like my other video. It's called Southeast Lifestyle, Miami, Bill, Bird Marina, and Hallover. It was a new place I went. It was kind of dope. And then Wednesday, for those that don't know already, Wednesday, I'm going to announce where I am going internationally. It's going to be the first time I've been internationally in over a year. And it's going to be a new location I haven't been yet. So that's the two things. And tomorrow we're going to do some Tinder swiping. I'm going to show you the Airbnbs that I got. I'm going to show you some of the activities that I'm going to do, because I'm going to be there for 7 days. And then that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to do it. But I appreciate everybody for coming in. Like I said, this is a 30-minute live, something short. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for my video I just posted. It's going to premiere tomorrow at 1. And don't forget to come back Wednesday to find out where we're going. It's your boy FRE$H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And be black wealthy, not black rich. Peace.